This is section 1210, surface area of pyramids and cones. A regular pyramid is a pyramid with a base that is a regular polygon. A regular polygon means all the sides and all the angles are congruent. The lateral faces of a regular polygon or regular pyramid are congruent isosceles triangles that intersect at a vertex. Remember that an isosceles triangle is a triangle with two congruent sides. So the faces of this pyramid are all made up of the same size isosceles triangles. The height of each lateral face is called the slant height. And the slant height is represented by a cursive letter L. This is easy to remember because if you look at all of the lateral faces, they're slanted. So it makes sense that it has a slant height, a cursive L. So first you see a picture of the regular pyramid, and then you see that 3D figure separated, laid out flat into a net. Okay, it has a base, and each of the lateral faces is a different isosceles triangle. So let's start with the lateral area. As a reminder, lateral area does not include the base. So to find the lateral area of a pyramid, we do 1/2 the perimeter of the base times the slant height. So we will find the distance around that base, and we'll multiply it by the slant height, and then divide by 2. The surface area now has to include the base. So the surface area is that lateral area I already found, 1/2 perimeter times slant height, plus the area of the base. Number 1 says find the lateral area and the surface area of a square pyramid with a base side length of 6 and a slant height of 18.4. So first of all, I see square pyramid, and it says lateral and surface area. So I'm going to write down my formulas. Lateral area for a square pyramid would be 1/2 perimeter of the base times the slant height. Surface area would be the lateral area plus the area of the base. So let's look at some more information. It tells me it's a square pyramid, which means the shape of the base is a square. All the sides are equal. It says the side length is 6 and the slant height is 18.4. So if each side is 6, the perimeter would be 4 times 6, or 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Now let's plug into our formula. 1/2 the perimeter of the base times the slant height. Rounding to the nearest tenth, that gives me a lateral area of 220.8 centimeters squared. Let's look at surface area. Surface area is the lateral area plus the area of the base. Well, the area of a square would be length times width, or base times height. Both or all of the sides of a square are equal, so that would be 6 times 6. Multiply first because of PEMDAS, and then add to find 256.8 centimeters squared. The pyramid at the Louvre Museum is a square pyramid with a slant height of 27 meters and a base side length of 35 meters. Find the amount of glass on the pyramid. If you look at page 616, it gives you a picture of this pyramid. Well, if I'm talking about the amount of glass, the glass is not going to be on the bottom or the base of the pyramid. So what they're asking me, if I'm asked about the amount of glass on the square pyramid, it would be the area not including the base. That would be the lateral area, 1/2 perimeter of the base times the slant height. It tells me it's a square pyramid, so the shape of the base is a square with side lengths that are 35. So the perimeter would be 4 times 35, or 35 plus 35 plus 35 plus 35. Tells me the slant height is 27. So now I'm going to plug it in. 1/2 the perimeter of the base times the slant height. So I could do 140 times 27 divided by 2, or you could do 1/2 times 140 times 27. Either way, you get 1,090 meters squared. A gift box for party favors is a sealed square pyramid with a base side length of 3 and a slant height of 6. How much paper is used on the gift box? Round to the nearest tenth. Well, I know they're talking about area because they're talking about covering something. When you wrap a gift, you want to cover the entire thing. So I'm looking at surface area for this pyramid. Surface area is the lateral area plus the area of the base. So it tells me that it's a square pyramid, which means the base is a square with side lengths of 3. So my perimeter would be 4 sides, each 3 inches long, 12 inches. My slant height is 6. The area of the base will define the area of a square. We would do length times width, or base times height. 3 times 3 gives me 9. And now I can plug into my formula. 1/2 perimeter of the base times the slant height plus the area of the base. So I would do 12 times 6 divided by 2, or 1/2 times 12 times 6. And then I would add 9 to get 45 inches squared. The last shape we have is a cone. Lateral area of a cone does not include the base, so we are not including this circle. It would be pi times the radius times the slant height. That's going to give me the area of the lateral face right here. Surface area is going to be the lateral area, pi times r times L, plus the area of the base. Well, the base is a circle, so it would be plus pi r squared. Pi times the radius times the slant height plus pi r squared. As a reminder, you do not have to memorize these formulas, you just need to know how to use them. Find the lateral area and the surface area of a cone. Super important that we write down the correct formula for the correct shape. That's why I've asked you to practice that on your homework. So I'm going to start out by writing lateral area for the cone and surface area for the cone. It tells me the radius is 4.25 and the slant height is 7. So now I can go and I can plug it into my formula. Remember, I always start with lateral area. Pi times the radius times the slant height. And I go to my calculator. Pi times 4.25 times 7 asks me to round to the nearest tenth to get 93.5 yards squared. Surface area is the lateral area plus the area of the base, pi times the radius squared. PEMDAS tells me to do exponents for first. 4.25 squared times pi add them together and round to the nearest tenth. I have my surface area. At this point, your notes should be completely filled in. Please flip through either on your iPad or on your hard copy of your notes and make sure everything is filled in. You will finish the 12-10 assignment, and then we will go over any questions